In this video, we're going to take a look at creating a Cisco Webex meeting inside of a Canvas course space. And then we're going to switch over to webex.com to edit the preferences for that meeting and set it up so that meeting becomes a reoccurring meeting. One of the benefits to doing it this way is if you have reoccurring meetings inside of your Canvas courses, all of the preferences that you set up at ciscowebex.com will then be applied to all the subsequent meetings scheduled after the first one. Before I begin, I want to make a big shout out to Liz Rivera and Michelle Rines for discovering this at Mesa High School. To get started, we're going to enter into the course where you'd like to schedule the meeting with your students. I'm going to select my Introduction to Video Production. Inside your course on the left-hand side, navigate to Cisco Webex. Once you're inside of Cisco Webex, navigate to the Virtual Meetings tab, and in the top right, click New Meeting. Give it a name, a date, and the duration for the meeting, and you can leave these settings alone. To create the meeting, click the blue Create Meeting button here on the bottom. Now I've already created an example, so I'm going to click Cancel, and as you can see here, I've got my first period meeting set up for 1 hour starting on August 10th, and the start date is 8:15. Now let's go over into Cisco Webex meetings and edit the preferences for this scheduled date. To get to Cisco Webex, you can either go to mpsaz.webex.com or webex.com and log in. Once you're inside of the Webex interface, you'll notice that your rooms are listed under the Meetings tab here on the left. If you remember from our Canvas course, I set up a meeting for August 10th that the start time was going to be at 8:15. So to access this, we're going to click on the blue bar here that's highlighted over our meeting. And once we do that, you'll be greeted with this page. In the top right, we're going to click on the Edit Pencil. In this screen, we can make edits to our meeting. You can change the name, and you can set up a reoccurrence setting. Before we start with our reoccurrence setting, I'm going to go down to Show Advanced Options. And we're going to start turning on some options that will then be saved and applied to all upcoming meetings when we come back and set up the reoccurrence. If you're interested in learning about best practice for setting up Webex meetings, make sure you head over to mpsaz/edtech/resources/Webex and look for the How to Create a Safe and Secure Environment for Webex Meetings. In this document, it covers all the settings that you want to turn on for your Webex meetings. Back inside of Cisco Webex, what we're going to do is come down here, and I'm going to turn on some settings and make some adjustments so that these settings will be applied to all the upcoming meetings. I'm going to turn off the entry and exit tone here. I'm going to go into Scheduling Options. And one big neat feature that many teachers will appreciate is automatically starting a recording when the meeting starts. I'm going to turn that on. Then, towards the bottom, you'll see there are meeting options and attendee privileges. If I click Edit for these, I can make adjustments to what those upcoming meetings will have at the very beginning. And I do not need to make those adjustments. When I start the meeting, they will already be applied. So lastly, we're going to take a look at attendee privileges, and you can make some changes in here depending upon the Creating a Safe and Secure Learning Environment document that we mentioned before. So I'm just going to turn this one off here for private chats. Print is turned off. I'm going to enable these, and I'm going to click OK. Once we've made the adjustments to the meeting options, attendee privileges, and turned on automatic recording, I'm going to scroll to the top and I'm going to turn on the reoccurrence feature. Now I know that my course is going to start every Monday and Thursday based on my school schedule, so I'm going to check this box here to turn it on so that every Monday and Thursday at 8:15 there will be a meeting for my first period students and all the meeting options that we just turned on will automatically be applied to that meeting. Lastly, you can choose an ending date or time, or you can just simply say, after 10 meetings, stop creating these. Once you're completely finished, double-check all of your settings in the reoccurrence section, as well as the meeting options, attendee privileges, scheduling options, and make sure to turn on or off the entry or exit tone depending on your preference. A quick note, it does give you an option to save this as a template. However, we've noticed that this will not apply to the Canvas courses, so the best practice is simply to set up your meeting settings and click Save. Then in the future, if you need to come in and make adjustments, just go to webex.com and follow these same procedures and steps to make the adjustments to your meetings.